Hello, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome to the stream. Okay. Give me 1 second, guys. I gotta plug you in. I gotta plug me in. Okay, plugging in. Let me check. That's me. Woohoo! What a start to the stream. Okay, welcome in, guys. There we. Oops. Is the mic on? There we go. The mic is plugged in. I'm on, and we're ready to go. Welcome in, guys. Welcome to Let's Talk Turkey. I am Dean the Turkey Legster, your illustrious host for the. Thank you, guys. I don't know where the sneeze came from. Um. Anyway. I'm here. Thank you for your patience. I was a couple of minutes late. I forgot I needed to get some water in my happy face cup. Gotta have some water in my happy face cup. So, let me say hello to the friends in the chat. Um, Gonna be going over some highlights from the Destination D23 event that took place here in Walt Disney World, and I'll get going on that in just a minute. Let me scroll up to the top of the chat and say hello to all of you guys. First of all, welcome in. If you're watching on the replay, make sure to leave me a comment and let me know that you watched right below. If you are watching this and you are not subscribed, please consider subscribing. On my way. I'm doing a slow climb, but I'm getting there. If you enjoy my content and you want to stay in the loop when I go live, when I post anything, subscribe. Totally free. And I would love to have you part of the calling it the Turkey Legster Nation right now. I'm probably gonna change that name, so I'm not sure. But probably be like the Turkey Legster Club or something. Anyway, we'll get to that. That'll be probably next week. I hope we can discuss that. Princess Paula Bell, hello, welcome in, and hello to Ryan as well. Thoughts for you with and for you guys. T-Town Mary Ellen, hello, happy Tuesday. Mary Ellen, I still have to. I still need to email you. For like a month now, I've been meaning to email you and I have not. Gloria Thibodeau, welcome in. Welcome in, Gloria. Great to have you in the stream tonight. Tina McNeil, hello. Tina, welcome in. And hello to Chuck as well. Plug us in. Plug us in. Plug us in. The Curtis family. Hello, Chris. Welcome in. Jason Thibodeau. Welcome in. Welcome, 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 welcome. Oh, thank you, Princess. I got this. We'll get there together. We'll swim together. Da 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 da. Mark Langenkamp, welcome in. Welcome, 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 welcome. And Mary Ellen, I'm not as busy as you think. I'm just my Disney spirit animal is there's two. There's both Doug from Up and Dory from Finding Nemo. So you put those together and kind of a mess. There's some Tigger and Dopey mixed in there as well, but it's primarily Doug from Up and Dory. but I'll get around to emailing you at some point. Um, or we might communicate faster, Mary Ellen, about a new show is what we're talking about. If you just email me and kind of initiate that. Um, and anybody, if you would like to get a hold of me, and you don't want to do it through social media, you can send me an email, the turkeylegster@gmail.com. If you click my link tree down below, the email link will actually directly, it's set up, I think it's still set up to directly go open an email right to me. So that the link tree is in the description of my of the stream, all my videos. Um, okay. Yes. Yes, Paula. I have not. I would like to watch Finding Nemo um again. I need to probably start watching some Disney movies again. I watch so much Disney YouTube that I really haven't watched any of the Disney classics, but an alternative to that is I'll talk about this later. Something to do with reading Disney stories. So I'll come to that a little bit later in the stream. So we put a pin in that, and I'll come right back to that. Mark Langenkamp, off the top of my head, do you prefer the right turkey leg or the left turkey leg? Um, well, I don't want either of these because they're not edible, but real turkey legs, it doesn't really matter. I don't even sure if you can tell. I just give me a turkey leg. Give me one, give me two. Um, but yeah, I prefer the real ones, not off the top of my head. Um, I was setting up for the stream, and I think I've shown this to you guys before. But I'm going to show it again because if I have, it's been a while. And I found this at Aldi months ago. And it's got these little, they're like buddies. They're like Disney buddies. And they've got, you might be able to see the box a little better. They've got Timon and Pumbaa. They've got Chip and Dale. They've got Lilo and Stitch. They have Todd and Copper. They have Dumbo and Timothy Mouse there. And this was like, I don't know, $8 or $9, but it's still in the box. And if I had like a shelf somewhere, I would like take them out to display them. But for now, yeah, yeah, Paula. This was at Aldi. I got this at Aldi, and they have it on their. They Aldi tends to have a lot of a good amount of Disney stuff. If you shop at Aldi or if you have an Aldi near you and you don't normally shop, I would suggest going in there. I know their new stuff usually comes out on Wednesday. It's a little secret. And not just Disney, but when they have Disney stuff that's coming out, it's going to be out usually on a Wednesday. But on their special finds or whatever it's called aisle is usually where they put their Disney stuff if they have it. They've tended to have lately a lot of the Squishmallows. Um, they did a lot of Stitch lately. They had a set like this that was like all Stitch. There were like 7 different Stitches in there. So they're just kind of going a little Stitch crazy. But yeah, their Disney stuff usually going to be on that. Special finds or special buys or whatever. Speaking of special finds, I don't know if you guys have caught a video that I put up within the last couple of days, and I still have it here. But I found at the the for Christmas, they have a little lending library, free little library, and I like to peruse through and look because sometimes I'll find, a little storybook that I can read on the channel. And again, I'll put a pin in that. I'll come back to that later. Um, so I found this, and if you saw the video, you know what I'm talking about. I found this Walt Disney's Storyland, and this is 55 favorite stories. 55 favorite stories. You may have seen this. Maybe you have this or have seen it before, but it's got all kinds of stories in here, from stories based on the movies to special ones that you know maybe haven't seen. It's got Bongo in here. Bongo is a story you can actually, I didn't mention this in the video, but Bongo is one of the stories that's on Disney's Fun and Fancy Free film, along with the Mickey and the Beanstalk, which is actually also in here. But Bongo is a bear that is lives in a circus, and it's the same circus as Dumbo, according to history, according to as we might say as the story goes. So that Bongo's in here. I'm gonna have a lot of fun reading that. Let me just flip in here. They've got Snow White in here, which is like, the classic story. Um, the Sorcerer's Apprentice. Perry's in here. Perry is there. I think there was a film or a short film about a little squirrel named Perry. So look at that. He's so cute, Perry. Okay. Um, yeah, from Walt Disney motion picture of Felix Salten's original story. Felix Salten actually is the author of Bambi. So that'll be a lot of fun to read that. Uh, what else? The Adventures of Mr. Toad is in here. Mickey's Christmas Carol. Ben and Me. Ben and Me from the motion picture Ben and Me based on the book by Robert Lawson. So Ben and Me, I think you can find this on YouTube. I think if you just do a search, you'll actually see there's a film. It's like a special. It's about Benjamin Franklin. And the little mouse here, I think. This little mouse named Amos, I think is his name, Amos. And then, of course, you've got Ben Franklin there doing flying the kite and the lightning. And then what else is in here? A whole bunch of stuff. There is Dumbo, the story of Dumbo. Paul Revere. I see Alice in Wonderland. There's some other stories with the characters. There's Beauty and the Beast, Little Mermaid, and flip here. Uncle Remus. They've got a short little story here, Uncle Remus. It looked longer when I flipped through here, but Uncle Remus, little story that talks about the bear, rabbit, bear, fox. Oh, and there's another. Okay, so it continues. So it is longer. So Tar Baby is down here, and so then it. Okay, so it does keep going. So I should. There we go. So there is a little bit more to that. I see Lady and the Tramp. Um, there's a Winnie the Pooh story in here. Peter Pan's in here. Cinderella. We're flipping down here. Darby O'Gill is in here. Mickey, a couple Mickey Mouse stories. Johnny Appleseed is in here. And 101 Dalmatians, Sleeping Beauty, The Three Little Pigs, Pinocchio. That's the last one. A lot in here. A lot in here. All right, guys. As advertised on the title of the stream, first of all, happy September, guys. Welcome to the month. August is over. We're on September the 2nd as of this stream. Actually, the days were in the evening of the 2nd, so we're almost to the 3rd. Wow. August is over. September is here. Fall is getting near. I'm not as I'm going to be not as agitated or ticked off about fall being around because we're getting into like the fall. When we get to the BER months, the BER months, um, then it is we're getting closer to fall. Won't really be into fall mode until probably a couple weeks until the middle of the month, like the 15th or whatever. But even then, because it's hard in Florida. It's hard when the weather stays 80, 90 degrees to get into the fall mode. Okay, guys, so I am I'm wondering how to do this. Let me see here. I'm going to try to present screen. So Destination D23 happened over this past weekend. It's a gathering of Disney fans, basically. And during this event, Disney presents, they have different presentations and lectures, exhibits, etc., about the parks and art and music, etc., anything Disney. And they have a bigger event in California, in Anaheim, that's called just D23, or it's the D23 Expo, I guess, is the actual title. And they have the D23 Expo is, every 2 years. And then on the alternating year, they have Destination D23 over here in Orlando. I'm in Florida, so it's over here in at Walt Disney World. And they had it at the Coronado Springs Resort this year. And it was this past weekend, Saturday, and maybe Sunday. I'm not sure on that, but it was over the weekend, and they announced several things. And I went through and I found just some highlights. So this is not by any means an exhaustive coverage of Destination D23. These are some of the announcements, the items that came out of Destination D23 that I just want to highlight on, and I thought were the more interesting of. So let me try to share the screen. Entire screen. Nope, I don't want the entire. Like the window. Nope, nope, nope. Well, maybe we can do this. We can do this. Maybe Hold on, guys. It's my first time doing a live stream. Okay. Hopefully. Whoa. Okay. Okay. So, bear with me, guys, because I'm going to go back and forth between Walt Disney News Today, Walt Disney World News Today, and my Google Docs document where the links are. So the first story that I'm going to just kind of look through is breaking Buzz Lightyear balloon coming to Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade in 2025. So the Buzz Lightyear balloon is returning to the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Yeah, to infinity and turkey dinner. So the Buzz Lightyear balloon will be created in partnership with Pixar Animation Studio. It will be parade number 99. The dimensions of the balloon will be 58 feet in length, 39 feet wide, 45.5 feet in height. The iconic new Buzz balloon features a brand new design and returns to the skies of Manhattan for the first time since 2013. Other new balloons, we go for the Thanksgiving Day Parade. Spider-Man and Minnie Mouse balloons will be joining Buzz at this year's parade, although their dimensions were not shared. All three will debut during this year's 99th Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Exciting. All right, let me click this one here. Let me come back to the chat. Okay. Yes, Mark. Yeah, okay. There's got to be a better way to share. Okay. Breaking. Let me click off the ads. I don't want the ads on here. Don't want the ads. Okay. Carousel of Progress update at Magic Kingdom. Walt Disney animatronic is being added. Of course, they added a Walt Disney animatronic in Disneyland. The Carousel Progress is getting an update at the Magic Kingdom that is set to include a new audio animatronic version of Walt Disney. Scroll past the ads. The Carousel of Progress update is in the works with a new introduction featuring a Walt Disney audio animatronic being added to the classic attraction as revealed today during the Creating the Happiest Place on Earth panel at D23. Walt Disney Imagineer Chris Beatty revealed that you will soon be able to see Walt Disney through the magic of audio animatronics technology. And just going down no other details were confirmed at this time, but the Carousel of Progress update will likely be similar to the Walt Disney animatronic that debuted earlier this summer at Disneyland Park. My only thoughts on this is that I hope it's not exactly like that animatronic because if you saw pictures of that, it didn't exactly look like Walt close up. And I kind of feel like it needs to look like Walt. They're doing Walt. So I like the idea of Walt Disney animatronic. Brian, welcome in, Brian. I'm going to keep on this screen. But, so yeah, so I'm not exactly sure where Walt's going to be in the, I guess it maybe was in the article. Before you follow an American family over 4 generations of progress as technology transforms their lives, you will be able to catch a brand new introductory scene and hear from the legendary man who never stood in the way of progress. Okay, So it's going to be an introduction. Okay, so it'll be at the beginning. Wonderful. So there you go. Coming to Carousel of Progress in the Magic Kingdom, Walt Disney animatronic. This one I almost didn't want to share, but it's kind of a big thing. 25 new menu items coming to Jollywood Nights at Disney's Hollywood Studios. That's basically the whole article here. They've not announced what they are exactly, but they do say 25 new menu items are expected to come to the event, including raspberry lemon squares and a gingerbread whiskey mule. More details are expected to be shared at a later date. So, Jollywood Nights, 25 new uh, menu items. Next, this was kind of interesting. They had a behind the scenes look at the architecture of Villains Land. So today at the Disney Villains Icons of Evil panel, um, we got a behind the scenes look at the architecture inspiration for the upcoming Villains Land. Imagineers took a trip to Paris, France, and Barcelona, Spain, where they studied the old buildings and took note of the Art Nouveau designs. Wonderful. This is a style of architecture that flourished in the 1800s, which uses a lot of natural motifs and swirling designs. Throughout the trip, they also discovered details like stained glass windows and painted metals. All of this research helped them to create the term conjured architecture, which is what we'll be seeing a lot through the land. Real historical elements of buildings will blend with the fantastical, creating a land we've never seen before. We should also expect to see deep jewel tones when it comes to colors throughout the land. Disney Villains Land will be an expansion to Magic Kingdom beyond Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. The Evil Queen and Maleficent are expected to be represented in the land, along with the Queen of Hearts, Jafar, Lady Tremaine, Yzma, Cruella, Captain Hook, Gaston, Mother Gothel, Ursula, Ursula, Hades, and Chernabog. Come back to chat. Brian, I'm not really sure. I'm not sure about that. Okay. This was kind of cute, even though it's Halloween and I'm not that big on it. We have Pluto Skeleton Sipper now available at Walt Disney World for Halloween 2025. I don't know if you can see that. After being announced in early August with no confirmed release date, the Pluto Skeleton Sipper has finally arrived at Walt Disney World for the Halloween 2025 season. I apologize for all these ads. The Sipper can be found at all four parks, but we picked ours up from Cosmic Rays Starlight Cafe in Magic Kingdom via mobile order. The Pluto Skeleton Sipper is $18.79. And it includes a choice of Coca-Cola fountain beverage. Well, that's something. It includes a beverage. It's a limit of 2 per person per transaction. The sipper depicts Pluto wearing a black and white skeleton costume. He holds a jack-o'-lantern candy bucket in his mouth. When you purchase the sipper, it includes your choice of a Coca-Cola fountain beverage. That's what I just said. The actual sipper spout is located at the top of Pluto's head in the form of a flip-out straw. The top of his head can unscrew, allowing you to pour in your beverage of choice. The removable carry strap is purple with a repeating pattern of Halloween candy, bats, stars, spiders, masks, and Pluto in his skeleton costume. The Disney Parks award mark is also present in white. The Sipper arrived in Disneyland last month. What do you think of the new Sipper? Will you be adding it to your collection? Me, maybe not, but I think it's cute. There you go. That's what I think about it. Next up on the roundup, Disney registers a possible name for the Abu Dhabi Disneyland. This was announced a couple of months ago that they're going to be building a Disneyland over there in the Abu Dhabi, and they have registered domains for their upcoming Abu Dhabi theme park, possibly revealing its names. Where is it? Disney Enterprises registered Emirates, Disneyland.com, Disneyland, YesIsland.com, YesDisneyland.com, and DisneylandArabia.com on May 6th, 2025, the day before announcing the Abu Dhabi theme park. They have also taken control of DisneylandAbuDhabi.com, which was seemingly registered by an unconnected individual before the park was announced. The park will be located in Abu Dhabi, the capital of the United Arab Emirates, on Yas Island. Disney has referred to the resort as Disneyland Abu Dhabi, and the official Yas Island website calls it Disney Abu Dhabi, but neither of these has been confirmed as the official name. The domains suggest the park or resort could be called Emirates Disneyland, Disneyland Yas Island, Yas Disneyland, or Disneyland Arabia. The theme park itself and the overall resort could have different names, such as Magic Kingdom and the Walt Disney World Resort. They won't be those names, but that's the example that they're giving. Most of the domain names expire in 1 year on May 6th of 2026, which would be well before the new theme park opens. But of course, Disney can renew the domains as much as they want. For now, none of the domains lead to a website. Disney and the Mural Group, who will actually operate the park, may not have a name picked out. They are just covering their bases by registering multiple domains. They have not announced an opening time frame for the park, but said it will be indoors. It will feature their first modern castle and Disney's most technologically advanced park. There's your castle right there. Coming back to the chat. Here for the comments. Welcome in. Destination D23 is D23 is like a fan club of all the Disney fans. You can become a member and whatnot, and they have events each year in Anaheim as a bigger D23 Expo, and then Destination D23 is a smaller event, but they have presentations. And the Destination D23 happens in Walt Disney World in Florida, but they have presentations, they have exhibits and stuff announcing new things about Disney. Mark Langenkamp said, I heard the people of Dubai don't like the Flintstones, but the people of Abu Dhabi do. Brian says, why don't they call it Disney Arabian Nights? Like Arabian Day? I don't know. Ah, Breaking Dinoland USA dinosaur Restaurantosaurus will close forever in February of 2026. Disneyland has announced the closing date for what remains of Dinoland USA to make way for the upcoming Tropical Americas expansion of Disney's Animal Kingdom. Closing date for Dinoland USA has been announced. What is left of Dinoland USA will close forever on February the 2nd of 2026, with its final day of operation being February the 1st. This closure will include Dinosaur Restaurantosaurus and the Dino Institute shop. In this article, they have their 4K multicam POV of dinosaur. We're not going to watch it. That's on WDW News Today. They're on their YouTube. The closure will also affect other aspects of the land, including the relocation of character meet and greets, an altered refurbishment schedule for Kali River Rapids, and a menu update at Harambe Market. The Boneyard held its final day of operation on September 1st, 2025. That was yesterday, and was permanently closed that evening. As of September 2nd, that is today, construction walls are already up, creating a long snaking walkway to Dinosaur. Chester and Hester's Dinorama, which included Triceratops Spin and the Dinosaur Treasures gift shop, closed in late 2024. There's the art for the new land there. With the final phase of closures for Dinoland USA, work will continue on transforming the area into the tropical Americas. The new land will include an Indiana Jones attraction in place of Dinosaur, the first ever Encanto attraction, a carousel of Disney animals, and a new playground. Part of the land will be the fictional village of Pueblo Esperanza. Tropical Americas is scheduled to open in 2027. So yeah, there you go. Dino Land. Yeah, oh, I've never eaten at Restaurantosaurus. I'm gonna have to maybe go there and eat there. Uh, so related to this, which I kind of mentioned in the oh, oops, okay. Well, let me click the last link. They had something in here about this. One was about the character meet and greets being moved. There we go. That's the article I wanted. Donald Duck, Daisy, Chip and Dale meet and greets moving at Disney's Animal Kingdom due to the impending closure of Dinoland USA at Disney's Animal Kingdom. Select meet and greets will be relocated from Dinoland USA. Once the remaining areas of Dinoland USA close on February 2nd, 2026, 3 meet and greets in the land will be relocated to new areas. These meet and greets include Donald Duck, Chip and Dale, and Daisy Duck. Their new locations have not been confirmed, but all 4 characters will meet somewhere new starting February 2nd. The final day to see them in Dinoland will be the land's last day of operation on February the 1st. So they're going to be moved. There's Daisy right there. So that's kind of one of those non-news news articles. Mm, the Yak and Yeti. I'm not I've not eaten at the Yak and Yeti. Okay, so now let's go over briefly um, Epcot Food and Wine Festival. So I'm not going to read through the entire article, but I'm going to kind of review it. So the festival is at Epcot, running from August the 20th through November the 22nd. So it is already in effect as a well. Wait, I think that's this. I think this is the date of the article. The festival ran August 28th. Started August 28th. So that was this past weekend. Okay. So it will be there's 30 marketplaces serving authentic flavors from 6 continents and beyond, savoring delicious bites from world-class chefs. Experience the rich tapestry of cultures, cuisines, and inventive cooking styles from around the world. Head to our 2025 Epcot Food and Wine menu page for a list of menus and more to see our thoughts and ranking. Okay, so they've got just a whole lot of stuff on the festival, and there's really small pictures here from all the countries around the showcase. So I actually haven't looked in depth, and I don't not really haven't really made time on this stream for looking at the food and wine stuff. But they have the food and wine beverage. I think that's a typo on this web page. The beverage items around the showcase. So I don't have time to click through all of those, but um, then they have the Eat to the Beat 2025 concert series. Performed on select nights, free with Epcot admission at the American Gardens Theater. So they have a whole bunch of different artists that are here coming on through most of the festival through November the 17th. Show times are 5:30, 6:45, and 8 o'clock in the evenings at the American Gardens Theater in Epcot. So here's the lineup. I don't know if you can read that. Whole bunch of different names right here. Um, I will put this link in the comments, guys, if you would like to read through everything about what WDW News Today has to say about the festival. And then there's annual pass holder exclusive merchandise, other merchandise as well. The Epcot Food and Wine Festival 2025. Um, Everything. They've got some scavenger hunts here. Pluto's Pumpkin Pursuit, which sounds fun, which I'm considering very seriously doing. Um, Possibly in a few weeks or in October. Pluto's Pursuit is back, and it so it is on for a limited time. It was originally scheduled for uh, September 2nd. Okay. So there you are. Looks like the maps are $11.99 for that, as well as Remy's Ratatouille Hide and Squeak, which is another scavenger hunt that you can do. But you pick up the map and then you get the go around and you find all of the like different Plutos. So that would sounds like it would be a really fun live stream, maybe even a part one and part two. Uh, So anyway, there we go. And so anyway, I'm gonna stop sharing that. So yeah, so look in the comments later after the stream, guys. I will put that in the comments down below, and you can go and read that article all for yourself. Just the food and wine article, um, and those articles are from Walt Disney World News Today, and they're a Disney news site, and that they do a lot of Disney news. So yeah, it looks a lot of fun. Yeah, yeah, the scavenger hunts look like a lot of fun, Mark. I at least want to do the Pluto one. I might do the Remy one, or I might only do the one. I'm not sure. But it would be really fun to do that. No, Dean, it wasn't a typo. um, Scroll up in the chat. Yeah. All right. So that is all the Disney updates that I had to talk about. Oh, wait a minute. There was one. Did I put the one on here? Let me look it up on my phone. I'm not going to click. I'm not going to share screens again. Did I talk about the other one? Hold on. Oh, I totally skipped over this one. Coming up, also announced, the Cinderella Castle is to be repainted, to be restored to classic colors. So they announced at the Beyond the Spires an insider look at Disney Castles panel at the Destination D23 event, that there will be a repaint of the Cinderella Castle in the Magic Kingdom. This new color palette was announced for Cinderella Castle to be restored to its classic gray, cream, blue, and gold color scheme. So it will be repainted. The castle was painted to the pink color, or the rose gold, or the rose pink color scheme in 2020 for the 50th anniversary of Walt Disney World. And so there's no date on when they're going to start, but I'm guessing, I'm not sure, they may try to get on that as soon as possible. J&N Travels, John and Nancy, welcome in. Welcome, welcome. So there you are. Cinderella Castle is going to be repainted. The classic colors coming back. Um, this is one of those articles I really don't have an opinion on. I guess it's fine. I don't love it or hate it. I was actually fine with the color that the castle has been uh, for the last couple of years, the rose gold. Um, I looked at it as, I kind of saw it as, I was kind of thinking about the castle color as kind of like, okay, well, they painted it for the 50th anniversary, but they've left it up. And I was kind of wondering, maybe they just haven't gotten around to painting it. It's kind of low on the list, or maybe I was kind of thinking, to me, it seemed like a kind of the status symbol for the park now that they've reached 50 years. Now the castle is carrying on a new color scheme for the next 50 years. And I guess that wasn't Disney's idea. But I mean, I'll be fine with it going back. I just hope they don't delay on the painting, because I know when they painted it before to the rose gold, um, they had the cranes and stuff up for a little while. So I guess they're going back, and it's fine with me. It'll be fine. It'll, if you see pictures and streams or whatever of, the pink castle, the rose gold castle, then you'll know it was, 2020 to, 2025, era. You'll know the time frame. Tina says, I like the traditional colors. Rose gold was a fad. Blue, gray are the standard colors. Yeah, I wouldn't call it a fad necessarily, but I get what you're saying. It was kind of it was for the celebration. I think Disney probably meant to do this earlier, is what I suspect. And then, they had their little drama with Florida. They've been doing other things in the middle of other things. Um, so, unless they meant to wait, 5 years. But anyway, it's going back. So, bring it on, Disney. Bring it back if you're going to do it. So that's what I got to say on that. It's, I'm really on the middle of the road, either middle of the road or on the side that I'm for it, kind of still in the middle. But, I'm really am fine either way. They could leave the castle as it is with the rose gold. I would be fine. They change it back. I'll be fine with it. I think it looked great with the rose gold. That's just me. That's just me. So anyway, that's all the news I have for Disney for this stream. I am going to be following the news. We'll have another news roundup here in probably the beginning of October. Probably the first or second weeks of each month will be a Disney news highlights. You'll probably see Newsflash Disney come back as the subtitle of the streams. And when you see that, you'll know I'm talking about some Disney news, updates from Disney. Okay, so that's it. As far as the channel, guys, I do want to make an announcement of my own. I've been doing some thinking about my streams and everything. I've already told you that I kind of nixed the Pixie Dust Report concept, and I'm moving it back as part of just a theme every month on Let's Talk Turkey. So I will cover news on a monthly basis here on Let's Talk Turkey. Kind of on that regular, kind of a roundup of the previous month. My other stream, Once Upon a Turkey Leg, was I was not getting rid of that stream. And it is coming back. However, and mostly inspired by the title of this book. That was quick. So this book, Walt Disney Storyland, that I showed earlier on in the stream, and I am retitling Once Upon a Turkey Leg. So there you go, guys. Once Upon a Turkey Leg is now Storyland, and it is live Thursdays at 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the full title for this show will be the Turkey Legster's Storyland, but you could just call it Storyland. And and it is coming back, or it is debuting, I guess I should say, since it's a new name for the show. The first Storyland stream, which is reading stories, is going to be on Thursday, day after tomorrow, 8 o'clock p.m. Come on in, and we'll have a good old time. And here's the banner for that. Welcome to the Turkey Legster Storyland. So I am looking forward to bringing that out. These streams are scheduled. You'll see them, and you can go look and see what the first few thumbnails look like. They're all like identical for the first month. I'm gonna use the same design for each month of thumbnails, just to make my life simpler. So September's got a design. I'll do an October design. There'll be a November design, a December, something in January. So it'll each week during that month will be the same design, and just to keep it simple. Oh, good night, Mark. Yeah, I'm gonna sign off here in a minute. One, uh, one, uh, one, one thing to shout out for you guys is tomorrow. Speaking of Epcot's Food and Wine Festival, I am going to be at Epcot tomorrow. I'll be streaming at 9:30 in the morning, maybe earlier if I get there earlier. Um, but we'll just have to see. We just have to see. Um, so I will be back next Tuesday for more Let's Talk Turkey. I need to set up the stream. I need to figure out what I'm doing. I'm kind of actually embarrassed myself that I don't have a show plan yet, but I will have that done by the weekend. I'll plan out the next several weeks. Um, so just watch the channel. Also, after tomorrow's Epcot stream, I'm actually taking the rest of September off of Disney park streams. And I'll be back streaming from Walt Disney World in October. So if I may go down to Disney during September, but I won't be streaming. I'll get some shorts. You'll see those come up on the channel. Um, and but I'm gonna step away from park streaming just to kind of take something off the table and give myself a margin mentally and everything. So if I get down to Disney, um, I won't be streaming, and I may actually do that once or twice and just enjoy a day in the parks. Tina, yes. So Once Upon a Turkey Leg, the name is being retired. Um, it's being, um, yeah, it's being retired. So it is, here we go. Once Upon a Turkey Leg is now Storyland. And that's the only change, is the name change. Still going to be Thursdays at 8 o'clock p.m. And it's going to be stories, 2 stories each week. And yeah. So, and I have the streams already scheduled. They're up there. Oh, Chuck was asking, yeah, so why? I just thought it would be time for a change, basically. I feel, just to give it something brand new. I've done Once Upon a Turkey Leg, under that name for several years from the very beginning of its time. And I have absolutely adore reading you guys' stories. That's not the issue. I just kind of, I thought it was time for a little bit of I don't know, rebrand or a fresh thing to it. since I'm, kind of reviewing things on the channel anyway, over the summer was kind of an evaluation period for my channel, and I've kind of diving in going into September into some, new things, working in Disney news to Let's Talk Turkey, and, you know, so it's just a name change, and I'm excited. Storyland. And I looked at a couple different names. But and then when I got this book, I kind of, oh, that's a great name for my show. So, all right, guys. Well, that does it. That is going to be the stream tonight. Thank you for joining. Um, Once again, if you are watching and you are not subscribed, totally free. More than welcome to join and subscribe and know when I go live or post. Um, and thank you to everyone who is watching live as well. Thank you, Tina, Chuck, Mark, J&N Travels, Brian, um, Princess Paula Bell was in here earlier. T-Town Mary Ellen. I don't think you guys are in here anymore, but thank you for watching. Love it. And again, I'll be back Tuesday. I have no idea what I'm doing next week, so you come back and find out along with me. Ha ha ha. Tomorrow I'm live at Epcot, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thursday, Storyland at 8 o'clock. And so take care, guys. Have a gobbletastic night. I'll see you later.